streamed on the YouTube channel. We're going to be having Arctic facing off against Bloodborne with the help of some recruits, as they need some fills. So that's where we're going to be. We're going to be playing the map list for stage 1, and without any further delay, we're going to jump right into it. Map number 1, Hanamura, our 2-pointer here. So let's go for it. And yeah, I know there's not a lot of people watching at the moment, but hey, we're going to get this up and going. Alright, let's go. Oh wait, hold on. We're gonna... Oop, hello. There we go. So, boop, boop, doot, doot. Up, up. I forgot what tag I'm supposed to use. I don't know. We're just gonna post it in there. There we go. Because I forgot what I'm supposed to use, but there we go. Yeah, I just swapped it back to defaults, as I didn't know which color each team was using. Oh my goodness. The blue and red looks so different from what I'm used to running anymore. Orange and yellow I got used to, but now I'm gonna have to get used to this for Bloodborne and the Arctic group here. Yeah, so we got a couple of Bloodborne members jumping into the chat there. What's up? Let's see. As we go along with this, I'll try to, in between games, try to get the thumbnail up so we can get that. Jesus Christ, though. They want $120 for a thumbnail maker, but we will be seeing Ash in this game, though. Some animosity coming on early on in the chat, but we'll see how this goes. Both teams running Ash. Gonna test her out before she comes out in comp in the next couple weeks. And we have the Reinhardt for Arctic. That's Bolter getting the charge, bringing the enemy Orisa into their back lines. Which that's gonna be Brogrammer, one of our free agents, getting got there. We are seeing Crimson and Danny taking the Ash role here. On top of that, we are going to see an Ana on the side of Bloodborne. Kind of an interesting choice there with Zenny. So lots of single target healing, and of course Ana with the grenade can make a huge difference in the middle of a team fight. Unknown though, going to get the first pick of the matchup. Going to get Crimson on the Ash. As it does look like we are trying to see some push in here on the side of Bloodborne. They will get one pick with Super Logster on a Smurf. He's the new one called Hanzo with a bunch of underscores. However, that's not going to be it, as Fairy's going to get a pick and Penny Trading, which is Goku, I believe. I'm better remembering names, but just know they're hanging around. You know, they're hanging around here, as we are going to see Bloodborne coming in for another push. Nearly 2 minutes have gone by here. Unknown B-Box once again taking out Crimson early in the fight. Nice headshot, and of course we are going to be seeing Arctic playing the choke. That's all they're doing. As they will get another quad, make it a penta with M3 getting a double out of it. I mean, that's all you gotta do on Hanamura defense. Just play the choke. If you force the opponent to play into you, you have the biggest advantage, as you can just get clear line of sight. As we can see with Danny here, he has clear line of sight, just able to see both sides of the point. From where he is, you can see all the way left, and if he goes a little bit further, you can see all the way right. Bolter going for another behind the enemy team charge, not gonna get it, as we are gonna... Okay, Bob out. We are seeing the Genji play here. Danny getting harassed there by the Genji, gonna be taken out. Fairy in the back also getting beat up there by the Genji. On the front lines, we have a Shatter along with the Trans. Shatter did get 2. Fairy will end up taking out Super though. Will end up taking out one of the free agents. Oof, we do have a grab on this side of the door with the Dragons coming in as well. Nice combo there. We'll end up getting 2 in the mech. Bolter helping clean up as well. Going to get Bro, and Penny will be getting the Bongo. So, I mean, nice little cleanup again by Arctic. They're just playing the choke. They know they don't have to stretch out. I mean, they are going to stretch out here, though. Going to get that little stagger out on the Ana, which is going to be Zach. Getting the nice little stagger there. And Crimson, we're going to just jump over here to Bolter, which is in the middle of the fray here. They pushed out a bit. There's that coalescence again. That's going to allow them to push forward. Very smart. However, Crimson going to get his first pick of the sniper duel there. Gonna finally get to release Bob here as kind of the Torb turn he's meant to be. So we'll see. As we are seeing a bit of a push here now. There you go. Did get a couple picks. M3's gone. Danny's gone. Both coming at the hands of a Logster, which in the server is Hanzo with a bunch of underscores. Interesting to say. The fight will be taking the point. Bloodborne popping their Diva Bomb. Oh! Diva Bomb's not going to get anybody, but Logster will get Fairy as she was getting dragged away by the pin. Grab out onto the point as Arctic will get a double. However, Bloodborne will get a double as well, keeping the fight off the point. At least keeping their opponents off there. M3 going to get one. Unknown going to win one. Unknown's going to jump onto the point of the contest. Jeffers is out of mech. I mean, it looks like we might have just seen Arctic come back here. We'll have to wait and see as M3 and Danny going to save the day for Arctic. 86.5% taken by Bloodborne, but they are stopped at the last second. Good defensive round there for them. They played very well. The way you got to play Hanamura. You can't let your opponent get enough ults to snowball, and you cannot let them get behind you in this choke. The choke acts as a natural wall, especially with the Reinhardt. You have that Rein be your shield and be the barrier to the door. If they don't get past the Rein at this choke, they're going to have a huge problem. And if you can get some picks on your opponents before they're able to push in, one or two, you're going to set them back to spawn. Even though spawn is short, the battle of the door is the biggest part of Hanamura first point. That is what determines who wins and who loses. And depending on, you know, we won't get to see part 2 here, but second part, you really got to take advantage of the space you're given on that point. I mean, there's a lot of high ground. Of course, you can go top right, which a lot of teams do in competitive now. Go top right, try to take the high ground. However, a lot of teams expect it as well. So we won't get to quite see how that'll affect the Ashe play here. But we will see Ashe coming out again on the side of Arctic. Going to come from Danny. Been really practicing it, to be honest. Been going very extreme with it since she came out. Probably getting ready to use her once she drops in comp, which hers is about 2 weeks counting this one. So might be around for week 1, maybe week 2. We'll have to wait and see there for our test season. But on the defensive for Bloodborne, seeing a little bit of a shake-up, using the Pharah to try to draw away that Ashe fire, and the Hanzo as well, potentially. And of course, they will also be running the Hog, of course, getting some buffs. Nice to try him out here to see what he can do. Both teams doing it. However, Danny getting the early advantage, taking out Logs, are getting to get res by Zach, though, so the fight is even. We do have Unknown on the top right. Oop, wrong click, but he's going to get 2. Going to take out the Pharah and Owen. And now he's just going behind the enemy, just kind of pushing and giving the team the space he needs. That is the problem you hate to see on first point Hanamura, your team getting knocked off the choke. However, they did get 2 picks early. However, the Hog battle will fall in favor of Penny, which is Goku, I believe. I'll have to check the team roster again. I might be saying that wrong this whole time, and I'm sorry for that. But fight is on point. Shatter going to miss from Vulture, not going to get none, as we are seeing Bloodborne re-engage here on this other side. Going to get 3! Going to even get the Zen that's way off the point, as Bloodborne trying to fight on the point. Bro Gamer, which is one of our free agents. Nice pick. Crimson going to get a nice pick as well on Penny, however, taken out by Unknown. Danny and Unknown will combine for 2 there, as that will clear the point. Last man standing. Jeffers trying to get to the point in time to contest. We'll get there with 80%. Oh, and there's Bob, of course, coming out. And the nice Excelsior skin. That's it. Arctic taking map 1. I will say their defense was strong. Very strong with the Ashe strat as well. Just keeping the high ground, keeping control. Not letting the opponent take advantage and get behind you or knock you off the point. Or off the choke, my bad. And of course, part of it was M3 here to get into play with that Coalescence, which bought them the opportunities they needed when they wanted to get aggressive. The healers were there to help them push ahead. Of course, when they needed to play more passive, they played very well in the choke, keeping the Rein there as a wall, keeping him upkept, and keeping the shield up for the majority of the fights. They did very well, and they were able to push back their opponents with relative ease on most of those, just because they had the ult advantage throughout. And of course, we saw it throughout at least the first couple pushes. Unknown Beatbox took the advantage in that sniper duel between him and Crimson when he was playing the Ashe. He kept getting those early headshots, early picks, early limbs that quickly made the fight 6v5. And even though spawn is so close on that map, it doesn't help when you're getting beat up there. Okay, I have to make sure on map 2, because I always forget. I forget the maps that we picked for stage 1. Next up is Hollywood. Just got done seeing it in spooky mode for Halloween. So, I mean, we're going to go check in on the Scrim chat, see what we need. I mean, very good first round here. First Scrim getting streamed on the channel. So, nice little thing we got. And, well, we got a little bit. Let's see, let me just quickly get Arctic and Bloodborne. Oh, hello. I didn't want to open the photo on my computer screen. There we go. Ooh, got a lot of stuff going on, but there we go. Same. We're gonna wait and see if we can get our team set up for map number 2. Okay, both teams are ready for map number 2. Oh wait, this might get a bit confusing, but we're gonna just whoop. Just pretend the red is now Arctic. That's Arctic. Blue is Bloodborne, and we'll be heading on into map 2. Hollywood 1-0 favor of Arctic entering the second map, which will be our hybrid of the evening. Hollywood, kind of an interesting point to attack, especially early on the first point. Once again, it's one of those maps that requires control of the choke. We've seen it time and time and again, just throughout all Overwatch play. You see it on all levels. It's not quite the choke you think, though. It's this little gap, these little areas in the front and back of the point that are the most needed. Of course, you got to cover your flank due to the flanking route available for any character to take. Heck, the whole team at times will take this side route to get to the point. Of course, you can always fight at the big choke right here with the car, which that kind of is the gateway that you want to choose your path on, and that's usually why most teams, since we're going to get a nice little area view here, most teams will want to try to go north here, up and to the left, or to the right. So coming from this choke, they'll come right, they'll go straight up, and try to go around. They'll try to flank with some kind of character, one or two, especially if they know their opponents are set up at the corner. Of course, if you have more of a brawl comp, you're running something like goats, maybe, you can charge straight in down the middle. Just kind of come straight from this choke and go straight down into the point, as a lot of teams do like to set up directly there. So we're going to have to wait and see what both teams decide for comps. Maybe see how that affects their thought process going into this second map. But with that, we are going to see kind of a dive-ish hybrid thing coming out on the side of Bloodborne. They're going to be running the Winston, Zarya, Sim, Moira, Doomfist, and Ana. Nice little mix of everything. And of course we have Arctic coming out here running almost the exact same comp they ran before. Actually, it is the exact same comp they just ran last map. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's definitely a good motto for this right here, as we are seeing Trade try to push in. Bro gamer though, playing to his strengths, using that Zarya, or not Zarya, the Sim, and Super in the back line as well. There he is. Hello. Boom. Gonna come forward and get the rocket punch on the Moira. So that's 2 picks early for Bloodborne and their friends here, as we are seeing Bloodborne pushing very closely to the spawn. Just keep pushing up, trying to keep him away from the choke as much as possible, keep him back. However, Bolter is going to be getting 2 picks there on Arctic, as now they got a chance to come in. They cleared out two big picks, as we are going to be seeing Crimson dive back in there. We do have the Coalescence out on the side of Arctic. Danny, nice pick on the Ash. Nice shooting, Tex, as we are going to be seeing Arctic just take over the point now. This is what we talk about here. You have to take control of the chokes. If you don't, and the enemy team wins that fight and they push you back to point. I mean, they already had 2 picks entering. That's the big thing. Arctic had 2 picks entering this fight. That already makes it 6v4 on a point where spawn's not close. Unlike Hanamura, for the attackers, it's about even. but even then the defenders will take some time to get back. And that's Arctic took advantage. They just bull rushed in when they got those 2 picks, and they immediately took over the fight. However, we are moving on to the first little turn part of our map here. We are seeing Hanzo, boy, gonna get the rocket punch on Unknown there. Gonna take 1 out for Arctic. However, they are moving the payload. There we go. We're gonna see Bloodborne kind of this fight getting all over the place. Nice fist by Super as well. Doing a good job here on showing up what he can do here with Bloodborne. Crimson gonna get the Primal Rage kill as well. Unknown will be able to get a tick. Going for the high noon. Gonna get blocked by the Winston bubble. I will say, I do like the way that we're seeing this hybrid comp kind of played. They're playing aggressive, but at the same time fast. It's kind of a weird way to describe it, as we are seeing the Bob use. We are seeing a couple of ults used. We are seeing the wall, of course, coming from the Sim, and we are seeing Jeffers with the grab coming up from behind. Not gonna pop it, just use the beam instead. Is Owen gonna get a nice double as well? Gotta say, you gotta give the support some love in the middle of all this. I mean, we do gotta remember to give them some credit where credit's due. They are keeping their teams up very well. As Super gonna get a nice double as well. But I will say it's been the supports, in my opinion, that have kept these pushes going once they start. I mean, like we saw with Arctic, literally as soon as they pushed in, we saw the Coalescence come out just to help sustain. That was the point. To help sustain and to do damage at the same time. If you can get more overall DPS while keeping your team up in a fight, especially with a comp that they were running with Ryan Czar, that's something you really want to do. You want to keep your big, bulky walls up in the front. Speaking of, we are seeing Arctic make a couple swaps. They are bringing out the Orisa and Reaper. Unknown player going to that Reaper. A little bit different from the Hanzo we've seen him play, so we'll have to wait and see what he can do. But Primal coming out by Crimson, also getting bubbled. Eliminated with an orb to the dome by a fairy. Nice play there. We will see the Pulse Bomb come out on the side of Bloodborne. Will get blocked by the Zarya bubble. M3 once again just trying to keep their team alive. Keeping his team alive. Keeping him healed and doing damage. Grab coming out for Bloodborne as well. Going to get 4, however, not enough. We will see Arctic continue their journey on the payload. Entering the final stage here of Hollywood. The Inside Studio, home of the aliens and rocket ship theme. Kind of like it, you know, just nice little theme here. We are going to see Danny, nice pick by getting Super. That's already early one, no one to follow up. We are seeing Unknown and Danny with the Ash up top. Unknown just waiting up there, strategically to be honest, just going to drop down, ready to go. And almost has his Death Blossom. That would be a really nice thing to drop on your opponent. However, you do got to keep in mind both teams getting up to trans very quickly. Owen already having it on the side of Bloodborne. However, Unknown will get Diva eliminated with his ult. We are seeing Bob doing something. By that getting blocked off and shooting the hamster a bit that's nanoed. Arctic getting 4 picks in the middle of this. Bro Gamer trying to survive on the May, not going to get it. Crimson trying to survive, goes down as well. Jeffers and Owens coming in on the trans. However, Jeffers immediately demect once it goes out. Bongo out for Arctic. And it's the supports here for Bloodborne, just trying to survive, keep it going. Lasted a little bit longer as the grab will cut off progress. That'll be round 1 going heavily, or at least favorable for Arctic here with 2:32 left on the clock. Nice job by them. As we will now be seeing Bloodborne go on the offensive again. We're going to try to see what they can do. I really want to see what they can do, as they have proven they can do some really nice things. I mean, it wasn't that the team's bad. The team is not bad. That's not it at all. The thing is, they're kind of just at key moments in these fights, they're just losing them. I mean, like, we saw it, especially at the end there. All it took was one early pick. It was just the one early pick in most of those fights that led to Arctic being able to aggress in and play the style they want to play. They want their tanks to get up close and personal, at least with that Zarya in the mix. They wanted that Zarya to get up close personal, get high charge, and be ready to burn through people. Help with the DPS a bit. And I mean, when they had the Rhine, they gave the Rhine ample opportunities to be able to push in and do their attacks. Now, of course, on their defense here, they are pulling out the Mercy, and they are going with the hook and hold. I can actually understand why you'd go for that, at least on a point like Hollywood. If you can pick out someone early, it almost kills a push, as they all have to funnel in. They have to funnel in one way. No matter what, they have to go through this big old choke. Or if they do go into the side room, we already know for the most part that's a death sentence. And of course, the Mercy would be to negate that long spawn that we see, or longer spawn that we see here on Hollywood compared to Hanamura. Not a bad idea, as both teams will push in. We will be seeing Bloodborne, though, coming in with the Ryan Zarya Brig. Still meta for the moment. I don't know how effective it'll be once the shield changes come live, but in the middle of this, Danny going to get a pick on the opposing Ashe, which is Hanzo, the Hanzo man that joined our server, but of course going to immediately get picked as well as Danny. Bloodborne clearing out the point here. We are seeing the Ryan, which is Bro Gamer, pushing up a bit. Vulture will get Owen, though, on the Brig. I forgot her name for a second. Vulture gonna miss his hook, which doesn't seem like it'll have much of an effect, as the res will come out, bringing Arctic back to full numbers here on the point. Danny, nice pick on Bro. Danny making it a double, getting both tanks. Nice play by everybody involved there by Arctic. I mean, Danny gonna make it 3. Why not? I mean, literally, the stall that was just long enough there by the Hog to touch so the team can get in. Very nice. The res into the Orisa by Ferry. Very good timing there to kind of tempo res, bring the fight back into Arctic's favor. They got all their people back when they already had gotten a couple picks. I believe at least 2, one from Danny and one from Bolter there in the middle. And were able to keep that momentum in their favor. They kept it 6v4. And then they could just target whoever they wanted, take them down. It was really good. Danny, nice pick on Zach. Going off on the Ashe. I do like that. Getting nice shots. Crimson, though, playing the Hanzo will get Danny, so that is sniper for one. We are going to see Ferry go for the res. No one's going to stop it. And Bro Gamer taken out. However, Jeffers will get Penny trading. Dragons coming across here. Super will get Danny again after the res. Unknown Dragons will back off. Bloodlust, or Bloodborne, my bad. Bloodborne. I'm thinking of D&D campaigns, made my character, but very nice thing. We're already going to see Bob come in on the side of Bloodborne. Gonna get one, gonna attack the Hog, which is gonna get pinned. Ouchie. That's 2. We are seeing Pin come in here, putting the shield up in front of Bob, trying to block it out a bit, as we are seeing Bloodborne. They have 5 ults. Not even using hardly any of them, as we are hearing Bob do something on the side of Arctic, I believe. Yep. As didn't do much. Where is our Bobby friend? Oh, there he is. Hello, Bob. As he's just gonna fly away. He got stuck by a wall. Alrighty. So we are going to be seeing Bloodborne begin to push the cart. They will need to get all the way through the They do need to get all the way through the map here to take it to rounds 3 and 4. However, they do have a lot of ults, pulling the rally early in the fight here. Dragon's coming out before the grab. Kind of a weird choice, as Trans is out. Bongo as well. Danny getting the first pick of the fight. Bro, though, going to come back. Crimson as well. They're taking out Fairy, the Bongo, and the Orisa. Unknown, though, going to pick off Bro, and the fight's just kind of devolving into chaos here. Arctic trying to survive with the 2 they have. Dragons from behind there by Unknown will get the Storm Arrow kill on Zach. Gotta just try to survive. Oof. I will say that, and Crimson taking out M3, that will give Bloodborne a pretty nice push through here until they get around to the county jail. That's going to be where they're going to have their issues. We are seeing Arctic group up. Unknown going to the Doomfist. Kind of good to displace that Ryan Zarya Brig combo. Kind of displace the main shield tank so your team can get in and do some damage. Traden also going to the Ryan. Their matchups up to the Ryan Zar. Bloodborne using the Dragons first, then pulling the whoever they can into it with the or pulling anybody they can into the Dragons with the grab after the fact. Not a bad choice. Personally, I like to use it first, especially since you know your opponent just used trans in that last fight, and you know you have a free shot. That's just me being a really aggressive Zarya, but I do like the way they did that. They waited for their opponents to give them an opportunity. They took it using grab first and shooting the dragons, and once they could confirm, yes, we do have something to pick here, because we all know, while dragons does come back fast, you don't want to waste it. And here you go, pulling the rally early again just to allow for some aggression. As they are beginning to push up a bit, we are seeing Unknown trying to bounce around, get some, you know, trying to displace. And Bob going into the back, making this effectively a 7v6 with someone on your back lines that you can't knock down easily. And this is going to cost Bloodborne here, as they had to focus on Bob just to keep their squishies alive. As they had to block all the Bob damage so they wouldn't get hit from behind. However, Crimson gonna get Danny early. Bob coming out on the other team now. Bloodborne's Bob coming out. Gonna get shattered and charged away. However, Dragon's coming out, Trans out as well, so I don't know if that'll come back and get Arctic, as it kind of depends on what the Shatter and Nano can do here on the side of Bloodborne, as Unknown just batting around the Rhine. We are gonna see the big old slam on the backlines by Unknown, gonna get none slept shot. We will be seeing the fighting moving up forward as Crimson taken out by the beautifully placed Fire Strike. Owen nice, gonna help take out Penny, the Ryan. However, grab will come out, will get blocked. Will block the Shatter opportunity to follow up. And I think that, yep, that does look like Arctic will take back this fight here. I'm just gonna come back here to Zach. He has the Nano, trying to run with Crimson. Nope. All of Arctic barreling down on him. Not gonna work. However, interesting kind of ult usage there. I will say that was very smart to use the grab to prevent the follow-up on the Shatter. Of course, you know, when you're shattered on the ground, there's not much you can do. You can't, you're just stuck there. You're vulnerable. So what's the best way to counter that than making it where your opponent can't move towards you? And they couldn't do a lot of damage as it was a Ryan and a Brig caught up there. Speaking of grabs, we got a transit, a grab, rally as well. 4 of Arctic's caught in there. Getting antied as well. Where did the Bob go? I don't know where Bob went, but... Oh, there he is. He's on the side. Howdy, Bob. As Fairy will get the res on Daniel once he's taken out. Bolter going to get the pick on Crimson. And, bro, oh, that was a very long charge. You can't be making charges like that all the time, man. You can't be doing that. That's just way too far back and way too risky. The further you get away from your team as a Reinhardt, the more vulnerable you make yourself. Sometimes charges have to happen that way. But in that moment, he had no follow-up. He didn't even secure the kill with the pin, which kind of makes the charge a little bit worse there, as a Ryan, you're trying to get those charges to get picks or to move primary targets. There, it didn't open up much, but we are going to see the fight reconvene here after everybody's res. Bolter getting the first pick of the fight. Nice shatter by Arctic. Going to get 2, including the Bob. They're going to grab and get Owen. Owen going to get hit with a giant fist. Dragons coming across by Crimson, which will get 2. However, out of all that, I think I saw a couple of DPS kills that will allow Arctic, under the name Bloodborne for the purposes of this map, change up the order. We'll get the victory. And of course, M3 on the Moira gonna get it again. There he goes again, as the beam's messed up again. Blizzard, dang it, shaking my head. But we're just seeing him get all the healing, keeping his team alive, even getting a couple picks of his own. Very nice. Good job, M3, getting play the game. First 2 rounds here. Not bad. We are seeing a very balanced fight coming out between these two. I mean, the maps aren't like one-sided roles. They're not one-sided in any sense of the word. It's just that Arctic is finding ways to use those ults in such ways that it's allowing them to stay in fights. It's allowing them to keep their pushes going. They don't have to shut down or regroup as often as they are, especially with the support play. M3 specifically getting the spotlight here. He's able to perfectly timed his orbs and his use of coalescence to keep his team alive, no matter what the scenario is. We've proven it with both plays of the game that he's gotten. Did it at a pivotal moment when the team looked like an ult should have changed the fight in favor of Bloodborne. However, it didn't have the opportunity to, since he came in with coalescence in the orb, kept his team alive. It was a good showing by him. But here we go, we're going to be waiting for map 3, going to be Busan. I forgot to say this at the top of the broadcast. Stage 1 maps were chosen by a wheel. I put all the maps on a wheel. I like me some wheels. And the wheel of fate decided stage 1 shall holdeth these maps. That's what happened, you know? It's like, and the wheel said, let there be Busan, you know? That's basically what happened. It's just like, okay. That's pretty good. Pretty bueno. But we're going to be waiting on Arctic for a little bit, and, let's see. We'll be entering map 3, which I do want to remind everyone, when it comes to season time, we will be playing all 5 maps no matter what, as it's not a best of 5. 'Tis not a best of 5. Keep that in mind. With standings, we'll be going solely off of map wins and losses. That will be the settler of all things in that regard. We do have Arctic needing a second, so while we have some time, I will say both teams doing very good in this scrim. I mean, I haven't got to see a lot of them. As, of course, I've been busy with my own team and stuff, but getting to see these teams play here so far, definitely say Arctic strength is just being able to stay coordinated. Doesn't matter exactly how they do it. They're just keeping the fight firmly on their side. That's what they do. Even when it looks like they're down, for whatever reason, they always manage to find a way to use their support ults, especially at just the right moments. You know, their tank ults at just the right times to allow for a push or to sustain their team. It's very good to see that, because, I mean, you can tell there's coordination there. You can tell they got what they're doing. Okay, and yeah, that Penny guy was Goku. I knew it was Goku. Why could I not think of it? You know, I'm bad. But we do got a couple swaps here for Arctic. They're going to be bringing in Weeb and Mini for the duo of Unknown and Goku. That'll be who they're swapping in here for Busan. Let's see. So we're going to see. Who am I typing for? Oh, yeah. Boop. And yeah, there we go. We'll just do that. We're just going to make sure both of our teams are ready. And once we do that, we are going to be on to map number 3. Busan. Yeet. I just don't know what to say here at this dead air. I mean, we get to see quite a bit of play for both teams. Bloodborne, they're doing good when they get the hand. Like, when they can start fights with that pick, like Arctic's been doing, we are seeing a good bit of momentum going to their side. It's just that I don't know how to say. It seems like they commit ults in a way that I'm trying to think of how to say it. It's just like Arctic knows they're going to use ults at that time, and they're just keeping the edge in that regard, as they know we can save our ults till this moment. And Bloodborne sometimes overcommits a little bit on those, using a lot of ults at once when there's something like the trends or something coming out. But when they do find that timing, when they do find that connection, as we've been seeing at key moments, like when they almost took Hanamura first point, and of course when they were able to start moving the payload on Hollywood, they've had moments where they've been a cohesive unit. It just seems like they're spread a bit out, and I do just know some of that's because they have a couple of fill-ins here tonight, but for the most part, that core group, being Crimson, Zach, Jeffers, and Owen, that are on the team, they are looking very good playing together. They do look pretty comfortable for the most part. Just trying to get that settled though. But we will be seeing the Ryan, Czar, Lucio, Sim, Moira, and Undecided on the side of Bloodborne. We'll have to wait and see where that goes. On the side of Arctic, we are going to be seeing Ash, a Tracer, Moira, Brig, Hamster, and Diva? Okay. As we already are seeing Bloodborne try to take the point, get that point presence early. Not a bad option, but they did just, once again, first pick of the fight falling to Arctic. This is what usually turns the fight around for him. However, we are seeing Hanzo try to turn this around. Oh, nice pin by Zach. Gonna get Fairy, so this might actually start turning the fight in favor of Bloodborne. We'll have to wait and see. As Weeb now gonna get a pick on the Tracer. Him and M3 been teammates before. Kind of nice to see them reunited here out on the field in the scrim. Bolter out of mech though. It does look like Coalescence on the side of Arctic just trying to stall. There you go, gonna keep Bolter and Weeb alive. There will be, no, not gonna be able to stall as Bloodborne will take the point. However, they are stalling long enough to allow their team to get back and maybe fight for this point. Mine's already out for many. Oh, we'll get some value there. Gonna get Crimson. However, some wall up by Bro. However, it looks like many just needed a little time to get back. Gonna get a triple there. Danny and Bolter combining to make it 5 total for the team. Zach will charge Bolter all the way across and get him out of mech. However, Arctic will wipe him shortly after. So, we have seen both teams stick a claim to the point here on Busan early on. We'll have to see if Arctic can hold it a little bit longer, as ults are starting to build up on both sides. Bloodborne nearly with 4 coming into this next one. Arctic potentially having 3. We'll have to wait and see where that goes. But Zach, early pick on Bolter, getting him the demech Diva, as they will have 3 ults entering here from the start. Bolter does have ult. Danny has ult. Weeb has ult. Now we're going to see 4 ults aside entering this one. And actually Super might be able to get, or sorry, Hanzo might be able to get his going into this 5th one. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do. As Zach going to charge Bob. Going to just kind of keep him at bay with the shield. We are seeing Coalescence out. Grab out by Bloodborne. They're on the point. Going to get Bolter. No, followed up as we are going to see Arctic get 2 picks. Rally on the side of Arctic, just trying to keep their team up on the point. Fight for percentage if they lose, but they're not going to. Going to clear the point off there. And they used a lot of percentage there. I believe that was about 30-40% of the point capture. That's a good healthy chunk, as Bolter will throw the Diva Bomb towards their spawn. We'll get none, but many will come booping on in. Oh, never mind. They will get Diva mech. Danny going to get Bro. M3 getting Jeffers out of mech. So that's already 2 down before you've even gotten through the first choke. We are going to see Zach charging. Nearly getting Danny, but no, he's going to get the save from the Brig Fairy. As Coalescence as well by M3, going to help his team push the spawn. As percentage is running low, the chance for Bloodborne to take this point back going low, as it's 94%. We're already beyond the point of no return. We will see Jeffers touch the point, going to try to back cap. Nope, Weeb's back there ready to get some fighting going back there, as we are going to move back to the front. Arctic with Zach going to be charging onto the point there. Going to give a bit more time for Bloodborne. Zach getting first pick of the fight here on Weeb. However, there you go, the follow-up is coming. However, Bob is going to be doing something there on the side, left side. Going to help fire in, effectively making it 7v6. We'll get a pick with it. Mine's going to get 2. Jeez. All the tank ults. All the tanks in their tank ults. Yes, I count Bob as a tank even though he ain't the character. I'll take it. I mean, all coming in together there to hold the point heavily in favor of Arctic. Alright, we'll be seeing map 2 of Busan being the mecha base. Of course, with its moving walls that go up and down. Definitely can be a pain, especially using ults like Diva and Shatter. They can just block you for no reason. Why would a wall do that? No, we don't like that. No. So we will be seeing some nice play here. I will say this is one of the first scrims of opposing teams I've gotten to take a look in, and I will say looking pretty good, looking really good. Hoping to get some more of these on the channel of various teams as we enter the season. Give y'all a bit of a preview here of the teams this season, as we are going to be seeing a fight on the high ground this time. Arctic trying to push, and once again we are seeing Bloodborne trying to take early presence of the high ground. Weeb though will get Jeffers out of mech, which is the big thing. Mini mech going into the back, getting a nice little hamster dive as they will be moving to point. Weeb getting the first overall pick of this engagement, getting the tracer. Oh, gonna get Doomfist as well. So Arctic already up 2 here in this fight. Jeffers will get back to the mech though. Crimson will get Bolter out of his. Pulse Bomb hitting the shield and never getting him. This is just now a heavy fight on the point, as it looks like Bloodborne as the brawl will fall in favor of Bloodborne here. They were able to take the point first last time, however they lost it on the next push. You know, they did lose it shortly after they gained it last time, only getting 21%, so we'll have to wait and see what they can do here, as already getting Bolter out of mech early, getting the nice boop. Mini mech coming out on the Reinhardt, nice. And the Coalescence and Beat Drop both coming out here on the side of Bloodborne. They are using all their ults here. That is 4 ults off on the fight. They did get 2, however, there's still Arctic remaining. That is every ult they had in their arsenal going up into that fight. They will get, of course, the Giant Fist of Pain and the Coalescence for the next one. However, with the ults we are seeing on the side of Arctic, I think they might have used a little too much. Rally is going to be at the ready. Diva Bomb is going to be at the ready. Bob will be ready to do something. And we will see Pulse Bomb coming out for Archie. That'll be 4. They should be able to get those early on in this fight. However, EMP could be used as well on the side of Bloodborne, which could give him a big thing. We'll have to wait and see, as Giant Fist already coming out early here in the fight with Bloodborne. Coalescence as well. So Diva Bomb will be coming out for Arctic just to get Bolter back in the mech. Picks are pretty even, as Bob's taken out. Danny's taken out. Ouchie. All of Arctic Bob got destroyed. However, ults on both sides are empty besides the 2 supports on Arctic, and they're going to just pocket them here, as they know they got this fight won. That is a very smart strategy. They're going to stagger out the Diva a little bit, as we are going to see Bloodborne start pulling in here, trying to get some percent. 80. They're at the point of no return. They win one more team fight. They win this map. Almost. That's basically at the point we're at here for Bloodborne. However, they will lose it to Arctic, as we did see Rally come out. However, Arctic starting that fight with 4 ults, or gaining 4 ults really quickly in that fight. Coming into this one, coming in, almost having 2 on the back of it. Both tanks very close to completion. There we go. We are going to see Coalescence come out after the Bongo, just trying to keep the team up with the increased damage. Pulse Bomb coming out. Shatter. Okay, Arctic now using all their ults in retaliation here. Gonna. Oh Jesus Christ! All right, yeah, quickly disposing of the Bloodborne offensive. Gonna buy themselves some more time. Bolter will have Diva Bomb as well, entering the next one. Nice little stagger there. They do keep 1, and of course Moira halfway to their ult. M3 up to theirs. Coalescence actually has played a big part in this game on both sides, especially this Busan map. I've kind of noticed they've been using it as the reactive ult, as to, oh crap, need the big bursts now, which is really good, especially with some of the bigger ults that have come out into play. As we are going to see Jeffers and Bolter both setting off their Diva Bombs. Each will claim a life there, and Bolter will actually get the Diva mech as well. Arctic getting a nice bit of picks, getting 2 following up on it, and M3 just using the Coalescence with the help of Danny to take out the Orisa. I do like the way Arctic's staggering out their ults there. They're not using too much or too little. They did use all their ults in that earlier engagement when they were at 25-ish%. However, they have quickly gained up those ults again, and they are staggering them out pretty well. As we right there just used pulse bomb. However, as soon as Danny can get a couple more shots or maybe a dynamite explosion in there on Bloodborne, we'll have Bob. Then we'll have Shatter and Rally almost at the point of being ready as well. And Bob is ready, 96%. We are seeing a back cap. Many though going to take out 2 on up top, trying to stop Arctic. Logster, which is Hanzo, going to get a double. Both supports as well. So there's no sustain for Arctic here at this point. And this is the fight that matters most. However, Shatter coming out, going to get 2. Going to knock Diva out of mech. They will get Crimson. EMP out on the side of Bloodborne. Going to at least try to help them get this point. We'll have to wait and see as Arctic keeping a strong hold here. M3 coming out on the Lucio. Fairy coming on the Brig. They are coming back really quickly. Reinforcements are in for Arctic now. They should have a good chance of winning this one. I'll have to wait and see as, yes, there you go. Everybody on the point is falling down. Yep, Mini-Mac coming in on the hamster as well to bring extra reinforcements. Are seeing Bloodborne start to come back in as well as there's Jeffers. Rally out by Arctic. Oh my lord, all kinds of ults coming out here. Jeffers not getting beat by the pulse bomb there as it was a little early, but that's okay. It's not like it's going to matter. Danny going to get 3 picks in the midst of that. 3.5 as you got to count that Diva mech. And we're just seeing Bloodborne trying to attack. They're not able to stay on. Nice little... They kept it going for a while. They did keep it going for a while there. They almost got it back at several points, but Arctic will take home map 3. And of course, M3 on the Moira getting play of the game once again. And it's once again the Coalesce. It's just the stain and the damage that ult can do to a team and the opposition. And oh, just sliding in the back as well to get another pick. Very good job by them. Alright, map 4 going to be our pure payload of the evening. Going to be Gibraltar. Actually, lots of good high ground on the second point, especially towards the end of the first point. Lots and lots of high ground. Got some space to work as well. So you could do some interesting comps there. Kind of depends on what you want to run. Okay. We're gonna have, I think we're gonna have some subs coming in on the side of Arctic. They will be, I don't know who they're bringing in, but we will be getting ready for Gibraltar. Kind of an interesting hybrid. I like all the high ground you can get with it. If we got a couple more viewers, welcome for joining us here entering map 4, which is going to be our payload, purely payload. As we have Arctic currently playing against Bloodborne and some of our free agents. Very nice little lineup they got going here, and I will say, you can kind of tell they've had some fills as they're not really looking like they got the things they need there. You know, like the ones that you know are on Bloodborne, they look like they work well together, and they're doing the best they can. However, they got 2 new pieces they had to try to work in over the course of these maps, and I mean, they've done a pretty decent job at it. I mean, especially on Hollywood, they play to their people's, yes, their strengths. We will be seeing Hana, our Busan Weeamoo player, Axcred jumping in to kind of fill in for the being free agent. We are going to be seeing Bolter, the captain of Arctic, being swapped out for Goku. Alright, kind of an interesting grouping there. I kind of want to see how this goes. Map 4. Gibraltar 3-0 favor of Arctic. As they are, if this was for standings, they'd be doing pretty good right now. I mean, this would be a good start for Arctic here if this game counted towards the standings. However, nice little warm-up for this season to come, which will be taking place for all of us that are in the U.S. and we know what holiday's coming up. Thanksgiving, you know, of course, travel and everything in mind with that. So we're not going to be having any league games next week. We might have some scrims, depending on travel arrangements, of course. Then, that week after, that'll be the week of November 26th. League games begin. We don't have a schedule out quite yet. However, the stage set, or the maps we are playing here tonight, the maps that we are playing will be that of stage 1, first couple weeks of play. So you're getting a nice look at the maps our teams will have to face going forward, at least for the first couple weeks of the season. Both teams ready to go. Let's jump into map 4, Watchpoint Gibraltar. Arctic v Bloodborne, featuring recruits, you know? And we are going to get onto Gibraltar here as, I will say, a very interesting map. There's a lot of high ground, and just really it's a high ground map. Lots of snipers positions there with it. And of course, you know, it's a sniper's paradise, but also at the same time that means dive can work very, very well on this map as well to counter said snipers. So we'll have to wait and see what they can do as we get ready to see both teams play Gibraltar for the first time, to my knowledge, in these scrims. Let's see what we're going to see on the side of Bloodborne here. They do have the Sim and Hog to start off. Kind of want to see what everybody else picks for this attack phase. Kind of interested to see. Going to be interesting to say the least. On the side of Arctic, they'll be running that Ashe. Of course, they've been running it all game, and it's been pretty effective. I don't know why. Been very, very effective. They're going to be running the Mercy Zen. Of course, trans is a big ult on these payload maps, especially with the respawns being typically longer on these points. And of course, res is a massive help to prevent the long spawn trip back to the fight. We are going to be seeing Mercy Ana on the opposing side. Good bit of burst, good bit of stain. Of course, res and Val really good from the Mercy side of things. Nano's a really strong ult. Period. And we are seeing the Sim with the turret. Okay, the teleporter are immediately destroyed. And kind of an interesting dive tank duo there with Minnie and Goku going on to the Winston Hamster. Interesting kind of thing there, as we are seeing a fight kind of get all chaotic though. Ooh, I honestly can't tell, as the payload is moving. Payload is moving, however, both those dive tanks staying in the back. They will get both supports. Both supports down for blood. Oh no. However, they are trying to keep it up here as their respawns aren't the longest. There you go, both supports making their way out right now. Res coming by Fairy though. So close. But eliminated mid-res. Mid-res. We are seeing Goku take the Sim. M3 getting Zac now playing the Ashe. Nice hold here by Arctic. Not allowing much progress, as soon as they got the chance to dive on him with that Winston Hamster, they went to town. Just kind of doing damage to everyone. That's kind of the big thing here. And of course with the Zen Discord, you can do a good bit of damage. And Trans is already up. They're about to have the Giant Fist. Gonna have the Hamster using the minefield. There you go. Some of the mines getting caught in the Symmetra wall, which is put up by Brill, but that's not gonna stop Arctic here. They will get 2 early picks. Make it 3. Shattered down by Axford will get 2 of Arctic. Zac will get M3. Axford will get Danny on the Ashe. Fairy just using Valk to stay alive. And going for the res in front of Jeffers. We'll get it M3. The Zen gonna get up, ready to fight again. Which Bloodborne gonna get pushed back here. Half their time, at least for this first push, is gone. And honestly, I don't know how you turn this around here. I mean, you do have Bob ready to go on Bloodborne's side. However, you do got Minnie just, there you go, diving right on in there again. Gonna get some more ult his way, which will give Arctic has 4, including their own Bob. So Bob Warfare is on the horizon, at least it looks like to me. And of course you have Primal, you have Trans in case you need to prevent a big ult, which there's several. Especially Bob would be nice. We are seeing the Primal come out early though, at the start of this fight. We're also going to be seeing the Bob of Arctic come out first. Going to be just watching the spawn area. Mine's coming out in the little side room as well where the big health pack is. I mean, Arctic popping almost all their ults. All but Trans. I mean, using all your powerful DPS ults and of course keeping the Winston alive with the Primal was a really smart strategy, as you do know now your opponent only has 1 minute left. They're making a lot of swaps, only one ult left on their side, which is Nano. They could get shattered this fight as well, as it's 70. But I mean, we are also seeing the swap to a Sombra here by Bro. Trying to hack out some of the options here on Arctic. Almost getting the res once again shut down though by Axcrid. Danny though will immediately pick Axcrid. Jeffers will get many as well. So here you go, Bloodborne. Looking to gain some momentum here. Maybe they can get the payload moving again. We'll have to wait and see, as they also have a Zen of their own. Most of their ults are about halfway. So we'll have to wait and see if they can get them back up in this short time of 23 seconds. As this will most likely be their last coordinated push. As of course, they don't have much time with the spawn. Zach getting Weeb. Shut down by Axcrid will get 3. Getting the Nano as well to help clean up. Owen though getting the double. Axcrid will finally get one on Danny. Fairy flying in the air just to survive. Minnie's taken out. Fairy. I don't know where she went. Oh, there she is, just flying up. Way up high. Hello. Not going to be enough, as we will see Bloodborne at least able to push through first point. Good job on there, and they did turn it around there. Looked a little bleak, but they will grab it. They will have Trans and EMP. Diva Bomb and Death Blossom not far behind. However, we do see Danny with the Bob at the ready, which of course basically makes it 7v6. Even more so than a Torp turn, as well, Bob can A, knock people up as soon as he hits them when he comes out, but B, at the same time, is a lot tankier. But we're going to be seeing that Trans come out on the side of Bloodborne. However, M3 will get a pick. We are seeing Bob come out here, where I have no idea. Oh, there he is, right up next to the payload, and it's going to be Arctic's firing away right out in the front. As Jeffers going to get the bomb, we're going to see the res by Fairy. And M3 going to take out Crimson. Bloodborne. They had some momentum coming in from that first point. They did use it a little bit. They have a couple of ults still ready to go. Blossom and EMP looking to be their combo here. They got to use that. As a lot of the characters, with or without the EMP, as we're going to see Goku do a good job there. As we will see a double by Zach with the EMP Blossom combo. Nice there, and he will get Fairy as well to make it a triple. Already building back up that ult. Charge, nice charge by Axter. Gonna get many there on the hamster. We're gonna see Goku use Primal to stay alive on the point to contest, knock the opposing team away. Not gonna last long, as we are gonna see Fairy kind of come out along with M3. Oh, Fairy going for the res in the back, will not get it. I believe that's the third or fourth time getting caught out there. Going for the risky res. When you do get him, they're great. And Jesus, many popping off in the middle of that, getting 3. Owen will get at least Weeb. We'll get at least one of Arctic's, as we will have to see a Bloodborne reset. I mean, once again, they're entering that point of the last push. This is the last one. We are seeing Rally preemptively used here by Arctic to give them some armor as their opponents come in. They should get Balk this fight. Oh, they got it right now, and Bob should be able to come out as well, as Danny's at 94. We'll actually pick Owen to make it, well, 6v5. Shatter block. Oh, charged by Axford. Bob dropping down. They're going to stop Axford in the process. As Bloodborne just trying to push in. Fairy in the middle this time. Going to get the res on Goku. Going to get it when it matters most. Trying to keep this point secure for Arctic. Axford taken down there before even getting charged. We're seeing the Blossom come out on the side of Bloodborne, deflected by the deflect. And Owen and Jeffers just trying to survive here, being the last two. However, they are knocked off the point. Owen, though, will kind of slide back and touch. Gonna pay the price as they will get beaten in the back by M3. Gamer a little late there on the drop, as Arctic will hold here right before second point. The second checkpoint. I will say Bloodborne had a nice bit of momentum going there when they had their ults together, when they could use them in sync. Literally, it was the ult battle alone that won them the end of that first point. Of course, as soon as they got pushed in through point 2 and got stopped again, what did they do? They used the ult power they had with EMP. One of the biggest ults in the game, as it shuts down all the abilities for the most part of your opponents. And Blossom getting a nice triple using that combination. It helped them push forward, and they looked more coordinated there. And of course, the tank battle was definitely going back and forth a lot in that one. You couldn't quite tell who was going to win that one throughout the fight. However, of course, we do have Arctic coming up on the defense, or the attack, my bad. We're going to wait and see what they can do here. Looks like at the moment we are seeing a Widow, Zenny, and a Hamster. On the defensive, we are seeing the Hamster, Winston. Gonna run something similar, it looks like, to their opponents, except double hit scan using the pairing of Ashe and McCree. Never mind, gonna swap that to a Pharah. Gonna get some area superiority there. Maybe drag Danny's hit scan off of your tanks and your squishies onto the Pharah. Not a bad idea. M3 will be going Moira. They're also keeping the Mercy for res. Not a bad choice there. Lots of good choices on both sides. So they will be running the Winston and Hamster once again on offense. Almost the exact same comp, except we're going to be seeing a Weeb on Widow, actually. As we already seen the Battle of the Dive take its effect here. As Weeb getting the early pick on Zach, knocking him out of the air. Okay, we're now having a Hamster warfare on the point as Jeffers, oof. 4 people surrounding him will somehow escape, getting the heals. Axcard actually jumping on the back and getting Weeb. However, Goku gonna jump up and get Ashe, so the snipers are getting taken out in droves. As we already think Axcard trying to stall a bit here. Backside the payload. Gonna escape with their life as no! We're gonna see Goku jump on in. And M3 gonna get a nice little pick in the middle of all of this. Gonna get Owen. Dana gonna snipe Bro, and it does look like Arctic is starting to get that edge. They are moving the payload still. You know, that is a big key, you know, not wasting any time. 3 minutes in, they are getting it up to the hill. So they have plenty of time to move it forward after this. Not a bad strategy. Getting 5 people to go forward and be aggressive, especially when you know you can win the fight like they were. Literally just got 3 picks. Comparative to 1 Widow. Opening up space. They are, as they are going to the point here. We are seeing Gamer, who trying to survive here on the Mercy, getting booped around, but no! Keep it alive! Staying alive. Oh, almost got the health pack, but is shot to death by the Viper. Crimson gonna turn right back around with his Ashe and get Many with the Dynamite. Fairy in the middle of this all, gonna get another res. Gonna get Many, keeping Arctic's numbers as full as they possibly can. Mines on the payload. Gonna take out the opposing Hamster. Zach winning the Genji battle, and Bro getting a nice res on Jeffers. So only 1 pick falling in favor of Arctic with the res coming out. However, they are fighting hard. They're not giving this point up easy. Neither is Bloodborne, as they do have Bob. There goes Bob coming out for Bloodborne. Gonna hope to take out Arctic. Mines on the side of Bloodborne coming out as well. Bob coming out though for Arctic. Gonna take out a couple of their mines. Oh Jesus, all kinds of ults coming in. M3 coming in with the support barriers. Oh my goodness. Arctic is not letting this point go. They've been here since 3 minutes. Almost a 2-minute brawl for the point. And it's going to be M3 and Weeb, it looks like, for Arctic. Going to clear enough space. There you go. Slide right back to the payload. 5 picks in total there in the fight for Weeb and M3. Popping off as we will see Arctic continue forward towards the end of the map. They just have to get it towards right before the end of point 2. And they're keeping this aggression going. They're not giving Bloodborne any room to breathe. Pushing straight forward and continuing to get picks, staggering out the opponents. There you go. Right as one comes back from spawn, or begins coming back from spawn, they get another pick. That's what you got to do. Keep staggering. You stagger here on this point, you hold the edge. Even if they have the Reaper, you do have an edge here as they're getting another pick. Jeffers is gone. They only have 5 entering this next fight. They just got to keep doing this, and you're building your ults really quickly as well, very effectively. That's the key. You want to be able to win the ult battle when you get up that hill. As we're going to see Zachary pulling out the Dragon Blade. We'll get M3. Axford will finish off Fairy. Crimson getting Goku. Owen getting Danny. Okay, we are seeing this fall now heavily in the favor of Bloodborne. Pushing Arctic back towards the spawn. They do have Primal going into this next fight. They might be able to get Mines and Rally along with Coalescence. So that's 4 ults. That's a lot of ults. Arctic already having 2. They should be able to get the Barrier and the Valk. As we are going to see the res on Weeb, so Arctic now having to wait for everybody to come back. There you go. They will get Valk. Just waiting on Barrier, so they might have both supports. They do have the Mines as well. Both teams getting close to 4 apiece. There you go. Mini jumping in, dropping the Mines. We are seeing the beat drop for Arctic, with 2 picks quickly coming in without even the Dragon Blade. Mines out for Bloodborne as well. Oh, sorry. as we will be seeing Arctic push forward here, taking that aggression back with their ults. They do still have Valk, which they could use in this next phase to sustain the team or for a power boost to quickly wipe it out. We'll have to wait and see. However, they do have to keep in mind there's Rally and they also have the Dragon Blade on the side of Bloodborne. So we'll have to wait and see how that comes into play here on this push. However, Goku trying to get the early pick on Axcrid. Nearly gets her. As Bob will come out now on the side of Arctic, just firing away at the opposing team. Coalescence hoping to take him out. That's a lot of ults put in there. As we are now seeing the whole hog come out, not going to get much. Mini going to slam on the point. Oh, this lots of cluster here. Once again, Axcrid getting picked. Oop, and jumped right into the mines. So 2 early picks here for Arctic. Once again, this has been the theme for them. Early picks have allowed them to push in, and they've gotten 3. Even with Goku in the back, and 1 pick falling in the favor of Bloodborne here. Mini getting another, maybe an unintentional kill there with the mine still on the backside. Rally coming out for Bloodborne as well, just trying to help stall, get the team back, allow them time to get back. And it's working very well as Gamer are going to get 2. Bloodborne not giving up this point very easily as they are pushing Arctic back once again. Oh, we'll stagger out Danny a little bit unless they can get that res. However, they will have Beats and Dragon Blade next fight. Might even be able to get the mines and the Bob ready to go as well. That'd be 4 ults. Not to mention how fast Valk can get brought up, which would make it 5. We'll have to wait and see as both teams will be coming in with a lot of ults here in this one. 30 seconds. This will be the last big brawl of the game here, at least with full force. As we do see Crimson has his Death Blossom if he can get up in the right spot. Primal's out, Bob's out. Both hamster ults coming out. Coalescence on the side of Bloodborne. Oh my, lots of ults. We are seeing the whole hog coming out by Arctic as well, pushing. Oof, gonna get Axcrid down. Danny with his Bob getting a pick. Weeb going for the Dragon Blade, not gonna get much as we are seeing Bloodborne getting a pair using their ults. As the fight will now come to the point. This is the last big one. We'll have to wait and see who can win. Rally out on the side of Bloodborne that might secure it here. Depending, as there you go, we are seeing Bloodborne come back in full force with the Meteor Strike coming out at the end. Oh, rip the support. Or no, that's Danny. Never mind, that's Danny on the Ash. Losing some of your DPS. Axcrid gonna get M3, taking out some of your heals. Coalescence out again for Bloodborne. Getting it twice in this fight. As we will be seeing Bloodborne here. They have 3 left. Another Blossom as well. Okay. Getting 2 pairs of the same ults. Using Coalescence and Blossom a total of 4 times combined in that fight. 2 apiece. As we will see Bloodborne take their first map here. Coming on our payload section. Zactor with the Dragon Blade, I'm assuming. Yeah, there you go. Late Dragon Blade here. Oh, sorry, no. Early Dragon Blade, as that was towards the beginning of point 2. Gonna get 1. Only 1 gonna get a bunch of credit, though. I will give him that. Nice play by Zachary. However, with that, we'll be entering our final map, which will be, I believe it's Nepal. I always forget. That's why I keep the phone on hand to keep the map list nearby. No, it's Oasis. I gotta remember that, as if we're gonna be playing that in the next couple weeks. But here we go, last map here of the first recorded scrim, at least after the draft. It's recorded, first recorded one for the YouTube channel. Been plenty before it, there'll be plenty after it, but for now, first one on the channel, hoping to get more. I guess we got a little break. Give me your thoughts on the thumbnail. Kind of work that together before the matchup. I was kind of thinking of keeping the thumbnail that way throughout. Here, kind of that style. So we'll have to wait and see how that works. Whoever, just waiting to see if we got any subs. Okay, we're gonna see Axcrid swap for Joseph. And now we're just waiting to see if we got any swaps coming in for the side of Arctic. Should probably get the next control setup, which is Oasis. And now we wait. I don't know, it's kind of just working. Okay, no, we're going to see Bolter come back in here. The captain leading his team into the final map, coming in from many as map 5. This will be Arctic v Bloodborne final map. 3-1 favor of Bloodborne, or not Bloodborne, Arctic, my bad. I always get them confused. I always want to keep saying Bloodborne when I see the color as I saw it first. Here we go. Let's see if they're ready. Might as well swap the teams one more time. I think I forgot to do that last map. As I'll continue to work on the thumbnail, or I'm going to try to use a different program for the thumbnail so I don't have to pay $120 a year, which is charged all at once. Yeah, no, they're not letting you off with the nice little cheapo. No, they're going to make you use that money. We have a confirmed ready from Bloodborne, just waiting for Arctic's approval. Yeah, I kind of forgot to swap it between every map. And I'm not going to change the names. I'm not going to take that extra time. But, let's see. We're just waiting on Arctic. There we go. Alright, they're ready. So let's get on to our final map. Our second control point being Oasis. Just gotta wait and see how this turns out. Alright, there we go. Getting ready on our first point of Oasis, which will be... there we go. Which will be the outdoorsy map, which I don't remember the name of. I don't remember it, so we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Looks like we will be seeing a bit of pharmacy action on the side of Arctic. Gotta be bringing out the Ash like they have been all game on with Danny. He's been using that whole game and it's gone very well. I will say he looks very good on the Ash. Maybe a sign of things to come as the season starts up. They're also going to be running Ryan Czar, of course. That little brawl style on the control points where that is key. Point presence is key. On the side of Bloodborne, we'll be seeing the Zenyatta Moira combo. Kind of one we don't see often, but good bit of burst heals from Moira. You got the nice single targeting from Zen, and of course Trans and Coalescence, two big support ults. Gonna bring out the Sim and the Hook and Hold, along with a Widow. So we might have a bit of a sniper battle go on there above the battlefield. Oh, never mind. As soon as I say that, Zach's gonna swap to the Tracer. Try to just flank around and get the support maybe, or do some damage on the Ash that way. We'll have to wait and see. As both teams pushing in. Weeb quickly getting 25% ult charge. Barrage may come swift in this one, as we are seeing Arctic kind of fight on this coming in from the higher ground, as we are going to see Bloodborne set up on the point, trying to get set up and get the point presence, which is not a bad idea. They have their turret set up on the back side to help protect them. Very good strategy actually, especially with the slow the turrets give, and they're taking full advantage, waiting for Arctic to push in on them on that back side. And even with that res, Arctic still lost 2 to 3 people in that fight. However, they are fighting back. He's trying to fight for a little bit, but no, but we'll see Bloodborne take the first control here of Oasis Map 1. With that in mind, though, we are seeing Arctic switch to dive tanks and Winston and Diva. They do have their barrage ready, as Weeb will take out the Sim teleporter. And yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of give a nice little look here at him. Oh, what I wanted to do. There you go. Oh, we're gonna get taken out by Zach though on the McCree. Gonna get rezzed by M3. No, will not. As Zachary gonna get the nice click heads moment there. Gonna take out M3. The pharmacy is closed. However, the Sim playing a big part here on the backside, keeping the center controlled. I mean, you can't really do much with the Sim turns blocking the backside of your opponents. If you charge forward, you're gonna have to play them head on, and they're playing a more pick-oriented comp. They're prepared for that. They're ready to grab you as soon as you come forward. You try to flank around, you're gonna be slowed and just eliminated by the turrets. There's not really much you can do about that there. However, we are seeing Arctic jump in. They are bringing the Winston, of course, to take out some of those turrets. Zach gonna get the first pick on Danny. However, Goku gonna get Owens. Zach's going down. Stalin's going down. Still haven't even used the barrage, but we will see the Valk come out. There we go. As Bloodborne just holding on for dear life here. They will get up to about 78%. Not quite to the point of no return, but as close as you can get. That's about as close as you can get without getting over. So Archer trying to keep possession here. They do have 2 ults. Could have up to 4 entering the next fight, depending on how many they use to defend here. Nice use of the teleporter, giving the Orisa the high ground along with the Sim. However, Arctic quickly diving that out, getting the Sim immediately. Hook and Holt not quite working as Vulture. Oh, instead of going out of mech, just going to use the bomb, back up the opposing team. Trans is out as we are seeing the barrage. Yet, nope, that will still wipe. As Arctic will look like they'll keep firm control of the point here. Do have 3 ults entering the next fight. So do their opponents though. They should be able to get the Sim wall, which could block a bit of those ults, depending on where Bob lands, of course. And the Coalescence can just go straight through. So Coalescence on both sides. However, High Noon and Bongo could play a big part here on the side of Bloodborne. As of course we know, Power Boost can do a lot. And with that Sim, pulling out the wall. Just quickly setting up turrets on the backside of the point. Once again, trying to help them set back up in their little protective home. As the High Noon coming from above, protected by the Sim wall. Instead, we're just going to see Owen going to get a double. And taking out Bob as well. Alrighty. Bongo, all the ults that were available on the side of Bloodborne used in this fight. Vulture will get Gamer though. As Arctic about to build up 2 more of their ults. They almost have Barrage and Valk. Swapping to the Hamster here. Okay, so both teams will be at the point of no return before this next brawl happens. Whoever wins this next team fight and can stall out their opponent is most likely going to win map 1 here. As there we go, we are going to see Vulture dive in early, trying to get some early ult charge. Nearly goes down to make it a 6v5. There it goes. Instead it's going to be Danny taken out first. Vulture following shortly after. Now you just have the turrets staying in the front of the point there. Will fend off Arctic. And a very close map 1 here on Oasis. As Bloodborne taking map 1 of Oasis. They are looking pretty good here. I mean, they're definitely turning around what I would have thought of them on that first map. They're doing a good job here changing my mind on what I thought they could do. Definitely getting a nice start. I like it. However, map 2 is our more indoorsy map. I forget what this one's called too. I always forget the names of these. I think this is, I want to say Control Center, but no, wait, no, this is University. Never mind. Yeah, University. I forgot because there's a classroom over there. As already both teams barreling out, we're gonna see a pretty hefty shift here. Ryan, Hog, Genji, and the Moira coming out here on the side of Arctic, trying to get some more heals in a more brawl-esque style. Not a bad choice for this indoor map. We are going to see almost an identical comp run by the opposition, though. Bloodborne However, they will be bringing out a soldier instead. However, first pick going to Goku on the Hog. Yet, it's point possession that matters here, as Bloodborne starting to get the first tick, so unless they lose this fight, they should be able to grab. And well, as soon as I say that, 2 of theirs goes down, and the third, being the Diva, gets knocked out of mech. So, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Arctic will be taking point 1. I mean, it looked like Bloodborne had the edge going into that one. However, as soon as that first pick by Goku came in with the nice hook, and of course the buffed Hog, which is definitely definitely a powerhouse to be reckoned with, I think. At least makes him a better pick than he was before. Very big. There you go. Gonna get it again. Nice little hook and shoot, taking out the sim. And Bolter gonna dive back at Tegan. However, Arctic gonna capitalize. They may have lost 1, but Weeb's gonna get a double with just the blade alone. And the rest coming out anyway. So no, Arctic losing nothing in this fight. And actually have 4 ults at the ready. They only popped 2. They only used 2 to defend here, and they're already at 40%. Definitely bouncing back strong here on map 2 of Oasis, as I don't know what they can quite do to keep the stall. 2 ults, almost 3 ready on the side of Bloodborne as they try to push in. Hog pushing them back with the Shatter. Shatter's gonna get 2. Will kill 1 by Danny's hand. Joseph gonna just end up behind the opponent. So will Zach. Zach will get 1, but is then immediately grabbed and eliminated by Bob. And Weeb's rezzed by M3. Arctic's keeping all their numbers, and they're not using too many ults. They almost got another 2 ults ready to go, plus Coalescence. Diva Bomb coming out though. Blocked without any problem there by Zach. Or no, Bolter, my bad. As Weeb will get a pick on Jeffers, actually. Bloodborne not able to get the point here. They will get a pick, though, getting Danny there. Giving them the 6v5 to start off this one. No res in sight. We'll have to wait and see if they can push on and maybe grab this point. Nice Ryan double charge. In the meantime, Gamer and Stalin will get a couple picks. There you go, taking out the main shield. Goku will get Zach, as some of Arctic's ended up behind. Bloodborne, Trans coming out to keep them up. Goku coming to point even with all the turrets. We're going to outlast it a little bit with the breather, however. We will see Bloodborne get their first taste of point, or map 2 here of Oasis. However, Arctic does take back the point at any point during this. They most likely have got the map. That is the big deal that we need to keep in mind here. Nice Shatter by Stalin. Gonna get 4. And now they just gotta clean up. There you go. They got some follow-up. They will get 1 immediately after. We'll keep Arctic backed up. Already into the 30% range. Zach, nice pick on Fairy. A blade by Weeb. Gonna get Crimson. However, immediately taken up by Storm. Owen saved by Jeffers. Quick thinking there. Never mind. He somehow died. It looked like he had gotten saved. Not quite sure how that one worked, but okay. M3 getting the res on Danny as well. Whole Hog coming out on the side of Arctic. Nice Diva Bomb by Jeffers. It will get Fairy. So not as many heals. Bolter, Shatter just gonna get none. We also saw though get Danny going to the Doomfist now. Arctic trying to fight for the point here. They are staggered out. We'll have to wait and see what they can do. Heck of a charge by Bolter. Not gonna get none though, as Dragons flying across the point here by Zach. Right across the middle. To keep him from pushing in. However, no, we will see Arctic. They got the upper hand, or not Arctic, Bloodborne have the upper hand here. No, never mind, suddenly losing 2. Gonna use at least the wall to try to help them sustain a little longer. Doomfist using his Fisto Pain to fly up. Oof, we'll get Jeffers and Stalin as well. Arctic taking the point with Bloodborne at 90%. No, they're not going to be able to stall. We will be going to a map 3 here of Oasis. Arctic looked for a split second there like things could have gone horribly wrong, but no, they will hold on. They will hold on strong. I give them that. Good job there. So we will be entering map 3, our most outside map of the bunch. I would not be surprised if we saw the pharmacy action again here on this map. I would not be surprised at all. We gotta wait and see what they do with that. So here we go. Map 3, the decider of it all. My bad, I was looking at there. I was working on another new software. We will see Arctic running a Rhine Diva with a Sombra. Not a bad choice. Danny finally jumping off the Ashe here this last map. Kind of weird to see it now. See him going back to some of his older picks. Almost identical comps, actually, except we're seeing Sim May on the side of Bloodborne. However, Goku getting the first pick once again in the opening fight. Here, getting on map 2 as well. However, it's quickly falling in the favor of Bloodborne, especially with the turrets to catch the lovely Diva. Lovely and the laser beams of death. Beautiful sight. Lovely first sight. Walls aplenty. Alright, we will be seeing... let's see. We will be seeing Arctic try to push back in here. Trying with a couple ults pretty close behind. They have Coalescence and Valk. On their opponent's side, though, they have the Sim Wall. Shatter's close. Coalescence is really close. Tranche is up. And actually, it looks like Bloodborne might have all their ults here in this last fight. However, Bolter getting the first pick. Arctic getting the first pick, taking out a support. And May, and of course the EMP with the res coming out by Arctic as well. There's not much you can do there. No abilities. However, we will see the Diva Bomb come out. We'll get the Winston. Beyond that, no, nothing's going to happen. However, we will see Bloodborne at least take 50% entering this fight. So, let's see what Arctic can do here with control of the point. Last time they gained control, they took it all the way to 99% before it dropped again to their opponent's Bloodborne. So we'll have to wait and see what they can do here as Bloodborne trying to push in. They have 3 ults. Shatter gonna get blocked, or Goku's Shatter is blocked anyway. Zach gonna get the nice play with the Doomfist getting the first pick of the fight. Shatter down, gonna get M3 on the Mercy. Zach gonna get Goku. And the picks quickly falling in the favor of Bloodborne, leaving only the Winston caught in the, with the turret. Not gonna last long as Arctic will lose this point here, only getting 40%. Oh, and then you have the Sombra just running around, being a nuisance in the back. There he is. Hello. Just looking right at Zach, but Zach doesn't know it. You know, oh, there you go. Go for the hack. We'll get it. So that Doomfist is, gonna be gone. Ability-based heroes kind of hard to use when you have no access to them. Now we're seeing all the ults come out here. We already have Blade and Primal. Bolter getting 2 nice boops. We will see M3 taken out by the turrets though. But I think... Oh, Stalin will get the pick on Goku as well, taking a nice little advantage. Trying to carve something out here for his team. Jeffers using the Diva Bomb. No Winston bubble to block it, but only getting Winston. 2 more picks falling in the favor of Bloodborne here, getting Danny and Weeb on the DPS. And if they take out this remaining Moira, this pesky little Moira. Got her. As that will be Bloodborne. Overtime will be had. Oh, gonna knock back the Rhine though. No touch to keep overtime going. Bloodborne will be ending this scrim here with 2 wins back to back, taking the last 2 maps. Arctic will take the overall series, so 3-2. However, nice play by Bloodborne, even though it says Arctic Gamer, of course. Jesus, with the sim plays, just melting people out, getting lots of credit for lots of limbs there to help Bloodborne take map 5. So 3-2, your final score here in the first recorded scrim here on the Overwatch League of Champions channel. Good job to both teams as we get ready to start the season off right. Just keep in mind, season will be starting the week of November 26th. Actually, since our weeks are Tuesdays, it'll be starting the 27th. However, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast here. Once again, final score 3-2 favor of Arctic. Really good set by these two, showing off a lot of the potential they have going into the season. But I hope you enjoyed. Keep checking back here on the channel for more scrims and league games to come. However, I've been your host, Chubby5544, and for the Overwatch League of Champions, I'm signing out. Peace. As I forgot to go to the menu beforehand, lol.